The AK-308 is a new gun that was added with the 0.2 update. It is part of the Rarity series of rifles and somewhat fills the role of a battle rifle slash DMR, which in my opinion it does really well. But there are some things for which I have to criticize Madfinger Games for. My main gripe is its rarity. Aside from the CQA1, which is just a worse M4, it is the only gun that is not available for purchase at all. Even worse, it is not just a loot only item, it is also really rare. Only being available from green weapon crates in high tier areas with a low drop chance makes this gun somewhat of a unicorn, to the point where I haven't fought a single person in PvP using one. Probably because everyone is worried about losing the gun. Anyway, the AK-308 is chambered in 7.62 by 51, which is a very potent caliber, especially when you take into account that the armor in this game hasn't advanced to level 4 yet. In its most basic configuration, it looks like this and is visually not very different from the AK-12 or the AK-15, well, except for the straight 20 round magazine. It features pretty high recoil compared to assault rifles, but not enough to make it ineffective at medium distances. Sadly, there is very little you can do to improve upon it, as many parts can't be changed out. The muzzle brake can't be removed, and there is currently no silencer for it, although there is one in real life, so maybe we will get it someday. Unlike other Ratnik rifles, you also can't replace the handguard for a longer variant, so the only things you can change are sight, front grips and stock. And we have a couple options here. Most commonly, the AK-308 is found like this, featuring a PT3 stock, AFG foregrip and a 3.5 to 18.5 voodoo sight. This is not even a bad way to play it, but I personally would do it differently. For the front grip, the AFG is a good choice, so it can stay. For the sight, most people seem to prefer 1 to 6 times LPVOs, so that's what I'm also putting on here. The stock with the stock adapter I would replace. For that we need an AKS-74U buffer tube adapter, which surprisingly is compatible with all Ratnik series rifles. On this buffer tube adapter we put the MOE stock with a rubber butt pad. And that is it for the customization, sadly. Still, we end up with a very competent rifle featuring 1.8 MOA, 24% recoil control, minus 14% arm stamina drain, plus 12% weapon handling, minus 6% reload time, 3% recoil reduction, and a fire rate of 721 rounds per minute. This extra fire rate and recoil reduction stems from the gas tube giving some additional stats. For ammunition, I wouldn't use an AK-308 with anything worse than M80A1 and preferably even M61 and M62, because while M80A1 can defeat level 3 plus armor up close, it can be unreliable at higher range or higher impact angles. Overall, if you can get your hands on an AK-308, you absolutely should play it. It is a blast. I just wish it would be much more common to find, maybe on like specific snipers on the roofs of Fort Narif or something. Thank you all for watching, and if you want to pass the time until the next Grail Warfare update, maybe watch some of my other videos like this one where I compare the two most common AK calibers in the game.